Good morning. So I wanted to provide a list of healthy foods for you to make it easier to decide, all right, what's good for me, what's bad for me, what should I focus on when I'm shopping, grocery shopping, or even eating out. My trainer, Jeff, who creates all the diets and the custom workouts for me and for you if you decide to join, I've been doing, he's been probably doing this for 5 years now for me, somewhere around there. And his list really probably hasn't really much changed. And by this point, I know exactly what's on it because I've been using it forever. But I've broken it down into the 3 macronutrients. So you have protein, you have carbohydrates, and you have fats. They all serve a vital role, and we need all 3 in our diet. The ratios and the types of foods and the types of, when you break them down, is really where it comes down to it. So protein-wise, we're really trying to focus on lean meats. We're not trying to hit those fatty meats because that's going to be indirectly what is leading to obesity, leading to high cholesterol, leading to high blood pressure, so on and so forth. So the most common and lean meats, chicken is probably the leanest you can get. Ground turkey, but it should be over 93%. Ground beef should be over 95%, which is traditional burgers are made out of like 85%, to give you an idea. So that's 10% less fat. Lean cuts of red meat, so filet mignon, that type of stuff. They're really, really lean. Bison is on there, is up there. And then you have your fish. So you have your fish is fantastic for you. Very, very lean, healthy. As long as you get it from a good source, ideally fresher the better. Cod, haddock, tilapia, tuna, salmon, and scallops. Those are the main ones. So I love traditional bacon and Canadian bacon ham. Unfortunately, neither are on here. Turkey bacon is a great alternative, and it tastes pretty good, and it's nowhere near as fatty or as high in cholesterol, high in sugar, salt. So it's a relatively good change. Whey protein is a staple. Something that it's a lot easier for me to eat. I mix it in with a lot of my oatmeals, a lot of my pre-workouts. It's a quick post-workout. As long as you get a good brand and it's a good quality, doesn't have a lot of fillers and junk in it, very good for you, and especially to help build muscle and lose fat. Cottage cheese, very good. Greek yogurt is fantastic, very common in my diets. And egg whites and whole eggs. All of those are very, very good quality forms of protein. So what I didn't talk about, any of your fattier foods like pork. Unfortunately, I love pork, but it's just not very lean. Ham, any of your corned beefs, anything corn is going to be really high in salt. That's essentially what the corning does. So unfortunately not something that you should eat regularly. That's your cheat meal. That's your once in a month type of thing. Let's move on to carbohydrates, which is where everybody loves to eat and why America's unfortunately so obese. So oatmeal is a fantastic source. Ideally, the leaner the better. So I don't want the packet stuff. I want you to get the good stuff that you actually have to put with water or milk or whatever and put in the microwave to actually heat it up or make it on a stove. Cream of rice, which before I started this, I had no idea what it was. It's kind of like grits, but it's not. It's an acquired taste. It's not that bad. This is my pre-workout meal every day. It's great for fast-acting carbs. It's great for energy source that you kick in quickly while you're about to work out. It's found kind of in the oatmeal section. It's usually in most stores. Kashi cereal, if you want your cereal, Kashi's probably the cleanest brand per se. Bagels on the right diet, you can get bagels. English muffins is something that I personally incorporate every day, depending on the quality of how many carbs you're trying to target, and we'll talk about that. Bread-wise, you got to be careful. Ezekiel bread's going to be your leanest and cleanest bread. It's usually in the frozen section. if I remember correctly. If you're going to do tortillas, and I'm a sucker for tacos, so I love my tortillas, but wheat tortillas are your best choice. Corn isn't. It's lower in carbs, but it just doesn't. It's not the best for you. Jasmine rice. So my biggest, the thing I eat the most every day is rice, and I love rice. But so jasmine rice is probably your best form. Brown rice is also an acceptable alternative. You can do pasta, so white or wheat, and sweet potatoes are fantastic for you. More of a complex carb. If you want something that's quicker acting, those are our traditional white potatoes. And this is something that I eat like after my workouts because I need to drive that carb into that muscle to help grow and sustain. And I use the white potatoes to do that. Any fresh fruits are fantastic for not only flavors, but all of the good vitamins and nutrients that a lot of our diets have a tendency to lack. And then popcorn, this should be more of a kernel thing as opposed to a bag thing. And then finally, the last section is for fats. That's going to be any of your raw nuts, avocados, anything like that, pistachios, cashews, any raw nut butter. So almond butter, cashew butter, which I just started trying the past couple of weeks, not bad. Olive oil is fantastic. Macadamia nut oil, not something I usually eat, but it's not a bad alternative. Avocado or guacamole is something I love and I eat every day. Very healthy, very good for you. Any hard cheeses are very good for you, good quality fats. And then we have egg yolk, which is a good fat as well. And then the last couple, fish oil, and I can recommend a good brand. And another video I talked about it because not all fish oils are created equal. And then finally, something that you'd be surprised is on here, but you probably are not used to the flavor, is dark chocolate. So milk chocolate, not the best. Dark chocolate above 85% cacao is actually really good for you and very high in fat. So if you need something sweet at the end of the day and you're craving and you want to eat like ice cream or something, this is a good alternative that's still healthy. All right, thanks for tuning in.